I'm in Puente La Reina today, and here's the puente that the town is named after. I'll turn it a little bit this way. Built in the 11th century. This town feels very medieval and super beautiful and interesting. There's a few large churches and went in and checked out a few of those, and tonight I'm staying in a place called Bedian, Hotel Bedian, I believe is what it's called, and it is very ancient and interesting. Thank goodness they also have put in a little elevator. I'm putting on my glasses because it's pretty hot in the sun and quite bright. Today feels like a good day. All of a sudden my body is moving a little bit more easily, and the scenery has just been extraordinary all day. Stayed in a town with a name I can't really pronounce, and it was cute as a button. Had a really lovely dinner, and there was this little courtyard off the back of the albergue that was so charming, and it had a little fountain in it. The fountain wasn't going, unfortunately, but it just looked so lovely. The bunk beds, however, were not totally the best bunk beds ever. They were quite squeaky and not all that comfortable. So because I can, I'm going to sort of intersperse. Last night there wasn't any choice. That was the only place to stay. Tonight I've got some choices, so this is where I've chosen to stay, and it's so lovely to be able to take a hot shower and use real towels and things like that. Coming over out of the first town, starts with a Z Quiqui something, I can't remember. It was 2 towns past Pamplona where I stayed the night. It was about 10 kilometers, 11 kilometers yesterday. Today, probably about the same, maybe 13 kilometers. And it was not too hard. There was some uphill and some downhill. A couple of fairly steep spots, but they were really brief and fairly easy to navigate. Something that I've really loved in doing this walking so far is how much water is coming down through the Pyrenees. I assume this will probably stop soon as we walk out of the foothills, but there's always this lovely sound of running water that you hit periodically every, I don't know, couple of kilometers maybe. You'll have a little stream or something going along. And today it started to transform into farmland. There was lots of like wheat growing, and there was a field of fresh peas, like green peas, petits pois, and so I took a couple of those and nibbled on them. I'm sure that they lose the entire side crop to pilgrims over the days, but it was just this lovely fresh treat. There are so many flowers. It's just a million different colors, but my favorite are the little red poppies. They're about that big, so they're not that little. But they just pop up everywhere, and in the middle of these green fields, you'll suddenly see this little swath of red poppies that have taken root. What else was interesting today? As you walk up from the town where I started, you end up in sort of the peak for the day, and there's the somewhat famous sculpture of the pilgrims, and it starts with like the first almost accidental pilgrims, and then sets them up to present day with, you can see how the pilgrims change from like horses and donkeys, and the clothes change, and the last figures in the sculpture are soldiers, like World War II soldiers, and you are supposed to place yourself at the end as a pilgrim of today. Just sort of designed to demonstrate the history, the 900 years of people walking the Camino. And as I came up the hill and sort of saw it, I got quite emotional. It's really quite moving to think about how many people have walked this over 900 years, and that people have made the intention to do this, and stuck through the difficulty to make it happen. I'm still committed only to Logrono, but I'm feeling good about um, what's happening. Things are starting to feel looser and easier, and the weather could not be better. It was cool this morning, like probably about 8 or 9 degrees, which was actually a really great temperature to start walking at. And now I'm gonna guess it's about 26, 27 degrees. The sun is really hot coming down, and a perfect time to stop and have a cerveza. So I think it's about 5 o'clock now in Spain, and it's getting close to the time when you might want to sit down and have a few tapas, a cerveza, and work your way towards supper. I miss you guys. If you're interested, follow so that you can catch my videos if I put some out. Love you. Bye.